Okay, let's see here. It's... Where is it? Oh, here we go. We're definitely gonna need some of that. Okay, so I got the milk, I got the pasta, spices are behind me. Yeah, I think we got everything we need. How about some chimkin Alfredo, Mr. Foxy? I know you love that, and so do I. Well, don't you worry. We'll whip some up in a jiffy. Hey, friend! It's Dr. Detroit here. The doctor is in. I was about to make some dinner for myself and Mr. Foxy. What's going on with you? Wait, say that again? No way. You found out that somebody is an age regressor? No. No. We don't cancel age regressors. And we don't use them for clout. There's nothing wrong with age regressors. I know that's kind of a interesting statement, but you know what? This is a subject I've always wanted to cover. I've always wanted to cover it here on Vrchat. Age regression has been on the rise as of late in Vrchat. And you know what? I found out that there are a ton of different age regressors right here in this very area. Now, a lot of people are not really as, how can I put this, as educated in the field of mental health. So they have no idea what the heck that they are talking about when it comes down to age regression. Unfortunately, age regression affects a lot of different people. Some people that have ADHD, bipolar disorder, or even, borderline personality disorder too, and schizophrenia. In this very special Vrchat101, which might get a little controversial, I'm going to show you folks what age regression is. Now, let me just say this to all of you. I'm not taking sides, okay? I'm not going to be for one side, I'm not going to be for the other. This video is meant to inform you on what age regression is, what it looks like, but also how to help your friend who may have it. Because, you know what? I have a few friends who have that age regression. Now, to protect their identities, I'm not going to say them by name, but they know who they are. So, folks, strap yourselves in and get ready to learn, because for this Vrchat 101, I'm going to educate you folks in the whole world of mental health in terms of the age regressors. We're going to basically desensitize them, show you how to coexist with them, and also show you the facts and the fiction in a little segment I like to call The Case of the Age Regressor. Now, for right now, I'm going to make myself some dinner along with Mr. Foxy, but for you folks, roll the intro! So, age regression. Age regression is actually a part of the mental health side of things. And you know what? In this day and age, mental health is probably one of the #1 things to help you with self-care. Now, age regression is a little bit tricky to explain with a house like mine. So that's why what we're going to do is that we're actually going to go on a little field trip. No, we don't need any tickets, we don't need anything like that. Instead, we just need a little bit of editing. So, through the magic of editing, we're now in a world where a lot of age regressors tend to go to. This world is actually called the Puppy's Den. And this is more for like people that actually are like dog avatars or things like that. But it also has all these cool features that possibly an age regressor would absolutely love. So what is age regression, you may ask? Well, let's see. Okay, this is gonna be interesting. Let's go over to my pink board over here. Yeah, we usually have had a red board and stuff like that, but there's a pink board over here. So let's take a look at that right about now. There we go. Alright, so age regression works like this. So age regression, let's go ahead and make a person here. So this is you. Let's go ahead and give you a little bit of hair here and some eyes and everything. By the way, too, I am using the rainbow pen because you know what? It's a pretty colorful pen, to be perfectly honest here. And you know, why not? Because I know that many of you out there tend to like colorful things, so why not? Okay, so let's pretend for a second that this is you. Age regression is actually a mental health thing where you basically regress back to an age while you were a kid. And it can happen for a lot of different reasons, actually. For one thing, it can happen because there was a tragedy in your life. Let's go ahead and make a little something there. I guess we could call that a tombstone. Whether it be a tragedy in your life, or maybe it was something to do with abuse. Maybe you were abused or something like that. And you have a hard time, accepting it. In fact, a lot of age regressors, that is actually one of the more common things that make them regress back to an age. Or in some cases, it could even be linked to good old stress. Let's get that put in there. There we go. All these different factors play a huge role in age regression. Because here's the thing. Typically, most age regressors will regress back to between the years of 1 and oftentimes, let's say 8 years old. All of us were a little bit different back then. And the thing is simple. When we were all kids, we didn't have too much to really worry about. Except maybe for getting good grades at school, or maybe, making sure you had enough money for that video game you wanted, or that delicious treat afterwards. Or maybe you were homeschooled, more power to you. But the thing is very simple. This whole thing, age regression, is very much misunderstood, okay? Because see, the problem here is very simple. Many people think they know what age regression is. But you know what? I'll let you guys in on a little secret. Not everybody is an expert in this field. In fact, some people think that age regression equals pedophilia. It's true. Unfortunately, many age regressors tend to get accused of, things that they didn't do. Remember my video, How to Handle Being Canceled When You're Innocent? Same difference. Same rules apply. And we'll actually have a really cool presentation on that momentarily. But let's continue back over here really quick, because here comes the next part. So, many times, when it comes to abuse, sometimes people will actually age regress back to the age they were before they got abused or beaten or something like that. Good lord. I shouldn't have had those tacos before I came here. I'm hiccuping a lot. One moment, please. And we're back. And I also changed camera angles so you guys can actually see a little bit better. Now, when it comes to abuse, or when it comes to even harassment, this falls into the same category as like the It's Okay to Cry video, where sometimes something that happened in your lifetime made you want to regress back to a time where we didn't have many responsibilities. Okay, you see, adulthood is, I understand it. I understand it beautifully. Adulthood can suck sometimes, because now we have to make payments, we have to do this, we have to do that, we have to be more responsible for ourselves. Back when we were a kid, we only worried about the next meal, making sure that we weren't bored, making sure we were like one of the popular kids, in and around the parks. But also, we wanted to make sure that we knew what we were going to do when we actually grew up. Some of us never grew up, unfortunately, or fortunately, actually. So, the other thing is that it actually falls right under here with stress. By the way, I changed to a black pen because I noticed the rainbow pen was a little bit, even though it's nice and beautiful, it's a little bit different. You can't really see it too much. Excuse me. Now, death is also very important too, because death right here, as I've said before, death is a natural part of life. But what happens if someone that you loved passed away at a time where you needed them most? Yeah, that can happen sometimes, where maybe you had a grandparent who, you could talk to, who you could, unleash your deepest thoughts to, and then they suddenly die, just a couple of years later, or, even a couple of months later. That can be really taxing on your mental health, especially if you don't have an escape. Because that's the thing. No escape is bad, because here's the deal. You actually need an escape. You go ahead and put it here and write it out here. This is the other reason too why some people age regress, and that is to escape reality, to escape their family, probably even to escape today's mess and stuff. Now, I don't care which side of the political spectrum you're on, or what side of the fence you're on per se, but all of us need a little bit of an escape at some point, because we have an inner child. That inner child is basically who we were back when we were younger, and it needs to be fed. It needs to be played with. It needs to have a moment in time where you can sort of like, let it run free. Because believe me, you don't let it out, chances are, well, you're gonna end up becoming very abusive yourself, and it could result in you possibly abusing one of your friends, and we don't want that. Now, let me fix this up a little bit, because I got a few more things that I got to say about this. So, through the magic of editing, we now have a small squiggly list on some of the different signs that can kind of tell you if you or your friend is actually an age regressor. So the first thing up here on the map is baby talk. Now, baby talk, is like if you start like putting W's in front of things, like imagine, if you will, Elmer Fudd when he goes, "Be very, very quiet. I'm hunting rabbits." But in this type of situation, everything. So it'd be like, like saying, instead of like trucks, they would say twucks, or twains, or twinbucktoo, or something like that. Baby talk is one of the bigger things that can happen. Now, not everybody has this. Let me say that really quickly. Not everybody shows a lot of these symptoms, but these are a few signs to keep an eye out for. So, if suddenly your friend starts talking baby talk, chances are they are possibly an age regressor. Stuffed animal here, this is one that kind of goes both ways. Because here's the thing. Sometimes you might find them hugging a stuffed animal in real life, or maybe they have a collection of like these really cute plushies. Or maybe it's one from their actual childhood. Now, I'm going to let you all in on something, but I think I talked about this in one of my other videos. It's okay to have a stuffed animal nearby. Because you know what? I don't care what job position you're in. I don't care if you're a doctor, a dentist, a businessman, an insurance salesman, a construction worker, let's see, what else? A baker, or for that matter, you work in child education. Everyone needs or should have a stuffed animal that they can actually hug at the end of the day, because you know what? It relieves a lot of stress. And plus, you know what? They are so cute, aren't they? So this one here, this one is kind of just, like I said, it could go either way. It doesn't necessarily have to say that someone's an age regressor, but this is definitely one of those things. Finally, you have to see if they're reclusive or if they are depressed or sad. Many times, age regressors will actually get very reclusive, where they just won't find the energy to, do the things they want to do. Because, they want to participate in some of the stuff you're doing, but they're having a hard time because they're reliving that trauma that could be triggered at any time. But it also leads to depression. And believe me, depression sucks. And it is something that, all of us have. All of us have at some point in time. But being reclusive means that they basically shun away the world and shun away their friends and just kind of stay in their bedroom. They kind of stay in their bedroom with the blinds closed, no lights on or anything like that. It could be a nice sunny day out. It could be a nice day for a bike ride, or maybe a nice day to go water the plants, or maybe it's a nice day to jump on the Vrchat and see some of your favorite friends, or go to that furry convention that you always wanted to go to. But this here can also be very dangerous to your health, because some people who have age regression actually do become very reclusive, and what can happen to them could be easy. They could not cut their nails or anything like that. They tend to go days without bathing, or in some cases they tend to go days without eating properly. It all depends on how bad that tragedy was and how much of an age regressor they really are. But I'm here to say this. It's very important to check in on these people. It's very important too. Even if they say, do not disturb, I don't believe in that. You should go and check on them. You should see, because believe me, you could end up being somebody who could absolutely help them. You never know. You never know if you can actually, help out somebody who is having this age regression. Now, the other thing too, excuse me, is that age regressors come in all different shapes and sizes and all different ages. Heck, there's actually even 40-year-olds and even 50-year-olds who regress back to being a child when everything gets stressful. However, there's one interesting thing that I'm pretty sure that you all are going to be asking me. And that question is simple. That question is probably, what do you do when you find out that your friend's an age regressor? Well, we got a really special presentation for that. So if you just give us a few seconds, we'll give you the presentation momentarily.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, here's Dr. Detroit with his presentation of our little play called What to Do When Your Friend is Found Out to Be an Age Regressor. Roll the footage, sugar.
Alright, so let's pretend for a second that this is you. This is you, and you have age regression. So you're having a ball and things like that. But you are a little bit self-conscious about, having it. But then, here comes something pretty cool. So now if we come over here, let's go ahead and bring in our age regression group there. So we have that guy. Let's see, what else should we bring in? How about we go ahead and bring in this one. Let's go ahead and bring you in right there. So here we have, so over here represents the age regression group. You come over and are like, hey, Are you age regressors too? Yes, we are. And we are a very accepting group. Oh, this is great. I've been wanting to find a group like this. Thank you so very much. Oh, you'll fit right in. So now you end up coming in, and now you fit in with, the entire group, and you're just having a ball. Something else. Oops, hold on. Hang on a sec, let's put you right there. Thank you. Something else, too, to remember is that you want to make sure that you actually keep your status on red or orange. Because you know what? You remember what happens if you go on blue or if you go on green. And you know what? Some people actually forget to do that. So here's what happens. Let's say all of a sudden you're basically on green, and then suddenly in spawns in one of your friends. So we'll go ahead and use this. So he spawns in, he's looking around, he sees you, and he's like, what the hell? All of a sudden you turn around, and you're like, oh, hi there. Welcome. I guess I forgot to put my status down. What in the world are you doing? Now there's your first red flag. This guy over here is confused because he sees all these different things from like when you were a child and when he's a child, and unfortunately he cannot process exactly what's going on. So now he starts going, what is it that you are doing? Like, what is this? So you decide to go, well, I'm an age regressor. A what? An age regressor? What the hell was that? So you start explaining your case to him, but hold on just 1 second. All of a sudden in comes, boink, in comes your other friend, who is like, what is this place? Oh, hey, there's my good friend. But before he can actually say anything, you are still explaining it to your other friend here. And this guy is like, wait, you think that you are a 2-year-old child? No, you are in your early 20s. Wait, I know exactly why you're doing this. It's because you're a pedophile, right? Pedophile? No. It's a mental health thing. Age regression does not equal pedophilia. Yes, it does. I know what I'm trying to say. And you know what? I can't believe that you would hang out and do baby shit with these people. You know what? Our friendship is over. I'm gonna go tweet about this. I'm gonna go dox you. I'm gonna go tell my friends to harass you. Bye. Now you're pretty much just confused, okay? You're like, but all I'm doing is that I'm just here. I'm not doing anything wrong. Meanwhile, your other friend comes in and is like, wow, he really went off on you, didn't he? Yeah, it's all because I'm an age regressor. Oh, he's gonna cancel me and everything. To which then this guy goes, here, you stay here and continue to do what you're doing. I'll take care of him. So, off he goes. So off he goes to try and see what he can do. Now let's go ahead and get these two out of the way so we can get some more, so we can give you some more space. So, right now, here, you guys are seeing that now she's basically in distress. Because now here comes the next part. The next part is very simple. Once it's found out that some people have age regression, all of a sudden this happens. Suddenly, all of a sudden the car rolls up, and all of a sudden here you have another one of your friends, or this is actually a troll that actually finds you. Oh, so you're the one that was age regressing, huh? Who are you? I'm your worst nightmare, and I'm gonna make sure that you don't do any of this stuff. So he goes off, and he starts reporting you and everything like that, until pretty soon, you're pretty much, well, depressed. And at this point, you are, well, let's just put it this way. You're pretty much destroyed, and now your mental health is even worse because of what that one friend did. That was the wrong way. So don't ever do that. And don't ever say that you know about age regression unless you've done your research. However, though, let's reset this a little bit. Let's reset it a little bit. So what if we had the other way around? This is the right way, by the way. So let's say that you stay on, green or whatnot, and in comes one of your best friends. Now this is one of your best friends that comes in and sees what's going on. So in comes your best friend. So here he is. He looks around, and then he finds you going, "Hello, friend. What are you doing here? Why are you in and among these people?" So now you say the same thing. "Well, I have age regression. It's because of a tragic event that took place in my life. But sometimes I wish I was a kid again." To which now this friend looks around and goes, "You have age regression?" "Mm-hmm. That's interesting. I have it too." "You do?" "I do. Though I don't really like talking about it very much." "Neither do I, but I want to learn more about it." "Well, then, here, let's go to a different part of the map so we can discuss it together." "Good idea." And so now you actually have two friends who actually have age regression. Now let me actually get up off of the floor because my God, I've been in such a weird position. Let me just go ahead and do this. Oh, okay, there we go. So you see that, everybody? You have the right way and you have the wrong way to do it. But let me show you something else too about that. Let's go ahead and bring up our two friends. So here's the friend that spawned in, and then wait, where is she? Where should she go? Oh, right here. So now here they are again. One of the most difficult parts about talking about age regression is the fact that some people actually don't like talking about it at all because they feel more embarrassed to have it. But you want to know something interesting? It's actually better to talk about it rather than keep it in, because look at this. If these two here start discussing about it, then what happens is this friend over here will be like this, by going, "I'm glad we had that talk. In fact, I feel more educated now. I'm gonna tell the others. Well, actually, with your permission, I'll tell the others about what it is on your behalf." "Thank you. I just don't know if I am brave enough to say anything to them." "I'll protect you. Now, I'll go to the instance. Chaos Control." One's supposed to fall down, but okay. So soon after that, all of a sudden, good things start to happen. And what I mean by good things, I mean like this. All of a sudden, more people start showing up, like so, that are also age regressors as well. And these types of people will stay by you. Pretty soon, you'll have other people that are going to be coming over towards you and are going to protect you. So I can get this right because I don't want you guys to see. Let's see. There we go. And then remember that friend that we talked about? This guy here. Boink. Now he comes back and he knows that you haven't done anything wrong, and he's glad that now you can actually speak about it, freely. Now what happens to this guy? The one that actually thought that he knew everything, but he didn't? This is now what's going to happen to him. "Oh wow, look, it's all the pedophiles here, isn't it?" We are not pedophiles. We have age regression. You don't belong here. You don't have a single bit of knowledge on this tactic. Were you the one that that put our dear friend over here in so much trouble. You do not belong on our platform. Everyone, get him. Yeet. Wait, where'd he go? Oh, here you are. Get out of my head. Here we go. So now, there goes that troll, and now you are left to basically be free among the wildflowers, and literally tell everybody, about the fact that, you have age regression, and the more that you educate people on this, the more correct knowledge will be out there. And believe me, my friends, it's very important, because then you know what? Who knows? Who knows what might end up happening? Because you could end up becoming sort of an advocate for the age regression. Maybe even have your own little sidekick, or in some cases you end up getting like one of those people who will stay with you the entire time, and something like this. And that, my friends, is the production of how to handle an age regressor. So you see, everybody, age regression is something to not be ashamed about. It's something to talk about. And here's the other thing, too. Whenever you go into an instance, whenever you see your friends, never assume anything. Because believe me, age regression, well, it takes a little bit to understand it a bit better. But once you actually do a little research, and once you hear your own friends, telling you exactly what it is, then you'll become an expert. And then pretty soon, you'll actually know what is really age regression and what's just a load of balderdash. Okay, buddy, okay. By the way, this guy is not replacing Mr. Foxy. He's actually a big old Snoop Dogg here that just wants some pets. And besides, you know what? Even I sometimes hug stuffed animals because, well, they're adorable. Anyway, that's going to do it for this episode of Vrchat 101. I hope that I was able to, make you guys see, or, bring to light a little bit about what age regression really is. It's definitely a little bit misunderstood, but you know what? Again, as long as you listen to your friends who have that and tell you exactly what it's about, chances are you'll be able to spread the right information and not, spread, like, a troll would. But if you guys want to see more of these, make sure you hit the like button, don't forget to comment, and also subscribe. And I'll see you all next time here on Vrchat 101. Until then, take care. Come on, little guy. Let's go over here and I'll give you some more pets.